Today is day 6 of playing a draft every day until I hit Mythic. Let's get straight into it. So far, it's been up and down, and I still don't feel like I have figured out any of the archetypes. I've had a go at a lot of them, and this one's actually really interesting because it could go in a lot of them. But yeah, so the archetypes I've tried are big dragons, multicolor soup decks, just mana fixing to the moon with, you know, uh, 5 or 6 massive dragons, win conditions. And that has been to very mixed success. Then I've been playing some aggro decks, either white black or white red, and recently that has been my worst. And I think I just don't know how to draft those. I don't have enough. I'm not very good at balancing the like payoff to enablers, so the things that let you go wide, and then the things that make going wide good. And then yesterday we tried a green black deck, and I didn't do amazingly, but I had a lot of fun. And I am I am seeing synchronized charge, which I think is one of the best enablers for that deck. But let's read this siege, because I think this one is the one that I've lost to before. As this enchantment enters, choose Abzan or Mardu. Abzan, at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and then Mardu at the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. Which is interesting. It seems really good, and if you get it down in the right game state, I think this can be absurd, but I just don't know how often you get that game state, if that makes sense. So I had it in a game. I had it played against me in a game state where we were in a pretty much a stalemate, and it obviously just I can't keep up with +1/+1 counts each turn, and I also couldn't turn up the pace. So it's in that it's sort of an ends the game pretty quickly. But if you don't have any creatures, it's a bit of a on the board at that time. It's not gonna do great. I am tempted just to go the synchronized charge and try to build a black green again. I might be forcing a bit, but this pack has quite a lot of the good black green cards. The monument is also really good if I want to go just dragons. I think Teema is a great dragon color to build out of. Shock Brigade is a good common for the aggro. I think I just want to try this. Let's see if we can make it work. Okay, here there's some. We have another bodyguard. Shocking Sharpshooter is excellent in the aggro decks, but Botanist is really good in dragon decks. I think it's just a pretty all well-rounded card. Um, it works particularly well with the Dragon Brood's Relic. Jeskai Shrine Keeper is an excellent dragon. So maybe I take the Botanist as a playable green card, but could also potentially lead to more of a dragon sized deck. Pack 3, oh, not pack 3, pick 3. And we have nothing that's particularly counters focused. The Initiate is an Endurer, so it's not completely not counters, and the Armament Dragon is good counters, but it would require me to then splash white, which isn't a terrible thing. But I think the Caustic Exile is kind of I think this is such good removal. I think the main drawback is that building out of black is usually not where you want to be at, especially in dragon stacks. But I think this is where what I would probably choose. I'm trying to think. I guess the Armored Dragon is kind of good, and I could just splash. But I think this is really nice just to have 2 solid colors. But maybe I should just do it. Okay, I'll take the dragon. Hopefully we get the mana fixing to splash. And since I've taken it, have taken it so early, I can mana fix for it. I think out of these, the Rejuvenate is probably not bad, but honestly, the Dusan just works really nicely with the strategy I'm going for, so I think that's the play here. Negotiations was also great. Maybe should be taking that a bit higher. Because it is counters, but for now, where we don't have that much payoff for the counters, I think I'll just take Dusan. And that is really good. This is one of the best cards for making the counter pay off. I had this in my last draft and didn't get to play it once. I just didn't have it in my hand a single time. The Blood Flies, I think, is, again, this is like the counter payoffs. We want a good number of sources of counters and then also a good number of payoffs. Trying to find the balance. Devotee is good. Maybe the Nurturer is the play here. And this is another source of counters. And it's a cheap source of counters, which is the important thing. Okay, not really any counter cards or counter payoff cards. But I kind of like taking the Devotee just for some mana fixing. Heritage Reclamation is just a card I can't quite figure. I guess it's just a filler level spell, but often I don't feel like I'm in the need of more spells. But to be fair, at the moment I have Synchronized Charge, and that's my only spell. Roma's Routine is probably less good in a deck with lots of cheap creatures, I'm imagining. So maybe I just take the Devotee here and we see if we play it as some potential mana fixing. Oh, so Desperate Measures is quite nice. But I think the Death Gorger might be even better. Snakeskin Veil is also fantastic. I don't know. It's an interesting choice. Desperate Measures is not really going to kill very many of my creatures though, so I can't really use it as a card draw effect, very likely. So then it's kind of just... I think this is just good in Mardu. I don't think it's so good in green-black here, so I'm going to ignore that one. I think Devotee's not great, so it's really Snakeskin Veil or Death Gorger. And this is a draw card, so I quite like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go that. It is, I mean, I'm kind of comparing the Omen to the... It's more expensive, it's 2 costs versus 1 cost, and it doesn't give you hexproof. But it lets you draw a card, which I think is quite important. I don't know, let me know what you would pick. I'm now feeling like maybe I should just go the Veil. But I'm gonna try this. We'll see if we get some payoff from it. Now, do I want Pummeler or Earthcarver? I feel like Earthcarver is much better when you want to be using your Endures to go wide, so I think I'm just going to go Pummeler. Pummeler also is really useful against the dragons, being a 4/4 reach creature. I could take the tap land, I could take Cool Truths. I mean, Roma's Routine is maybe slightly better now that I've got a splash and 2 more expensive dragons. Yeah, I don't think I want the Jungle Hollow. I guess it can be good. I might try Cool Truths. We'll see if I play this, but I guess I'll put it in the maybe pile. Oh, Aggressive Negotiation Table, that's amazing. I definitely wanted a card like that. Another one, I don't know if I'll play 2 though. And I almost definitely won't be playing the Nest card, but at least it's the right colours if I need some filler level cards. And we got Betor, so we'll definitely be splashing. That's perfect. Okay. Well, I'll definitely take that. The assistant would have been... I would have been happy just with the assistant, but this is amazing. So we actually have 3 dragons now, so dragon payoff cards are not out of the question. And we do want some mana fixing. There is the Purging Storm Brood, which is counters at... and the right colours-ish. There is Dragon's Prey, which we don't have great removal, so I might just take that. But, what other... I mean, it's Snakeskin Veil, Adorned Crocodile, Dragon's Prey, and Purging Stormbreed are basically our options in the right colours. Purging Stormbrood is good, but I think we're already got quite a lot of more expensive cards. And I think we are light on removal. In fact, we only have basically, I mean, this isn't even really a removal. So I think I'll just take the Dragon's Prey. The Veil is tempting, but I think it will go late. So I think we just take this. I feel like I might be messing up not taking this. When this creature enters removal, counters from one creature, gets +2/+2, lifelink and hexproof. Yeah, maybe that is just better. Is white though the omen, which is what's made me think. I think I'll just take the Dragon's Prey. Okay, Strategic Betrayal. Sage of the Fang is excellent. Wayfair is also really good, but I think Sage of the Fang is another sort of. It's a source of counters as well as payoff for counters, which I think is kind of perfect in this sort of deck. Champion du Sun is immediately good, but the Outrider is also pretty nice. I don't know which one I'd rather. Dusan has... Dusan's interesting because it already has Trample, which kind of makes Synchronized Charge on it a bit worse. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it feels like because you're losing the value of the gaining Trample. There's also Reputable Merchant. Wow, I am really struggling to talk. I've noticed that in the drafts. Reading card names is really a struggle for me, which is counters. But do I want it? I think the Dusan just having the Renew being a 4/2 on we want to be quite aggressive with this sort of deck. I like Outrider is really good. I like the Menace. But yeah, I think this is the play. I think it just matches up better. It's a good early creature. Okay, some interesting choices. The Battle Priest is kind of what we want to do with the counters. The tap land is the bright colored tap land. There's the Devotee, so those are my two mana facing options, and then the Battle Priest and Earthcarver are like my expensive finishing options. I guess Detainment is playable as removal. I'm quite tempted just to go the Battle Priest. It is on the splash, and it is expensive. So maybe I should just take the tap land. This is pack 2 though, so we have time to get mana fixing, and I think this is kind of a premium. Wow. Traveling Botanist again. I'll happily take that. Okay. Oh, this is a really good card if I do have Menace creatures, which at the moment I don't. I passed up a couple. So maybe I take this and we see if we can find some Menace creatures. There's a Nightblade Brigade. I think that's basically the only playable one here. I don't know if I'll play it, but you never know. Okay, I'll take the Veil now. I'm happy with that. I'll take another one. Don't know if I'll play two, but we will see. Take the Resolve as potential removal. I do quite like it in this deck where I've got trample creatures and I'm in need of a bit more removal. Reputable Merchant tabled. Won't be playing that, and won't be playing that. Okay, wow! That's perfect! Wow, I got two crazy mythics. So now I maybe should just be focusing more on hitting those mythics, but this is the haste, I guess it's not perfect because it is really expensive. Maybe taking the Roman's routines would have paid off now, but it is definitely a win condition if I can survive to play it. Okay, we got Nurturer. We got another Stormbreed, but now I definitely have enough expensive cards. I think 5 is pushing it a little bit. Lionway is not really playable. Maybe it's just the sands, honestly. I really want to be able to play these white cards by then. The Devotee would also be fixing, but let's look at the creature count actually. Yeah, we're gonna hit enough playable creatures, so I think the tap lands are gonna be alright. And Not the right color tap land. Salt Road Skirmish is removal, but this is definitely much better in the go wide decks. Knockout Maneuver might be my better removal option actually. Yeah, definitely. I think that's what I want. We want some removal. So I can probably cut some of these other removals now. Maybe I just take the Roma's Routine now. There is the Monument, but that doesn't get me white, which is the color I need. Sonic Shrieker would need to splash red, which I don't really want to do. Exhale would be good removal if I want to get rid of some of the other removals, but I think I'm doing alright in that regard. So I think I will just go this, but this is a bit of a weak pack, I think. Okay, we got the Initiate again, but I think the Envoy is perfect, and we're kind of in the market for 4 costs. And it's a draw card effect is really nice. Another Armament Dragon. Do I just take it or do I take that Exhale? That was the same choice I was making before, wasn't it? I think. It was an Armament Dragon and an Exhale in the same pack. Well, my mana fixing is still not good. So maybe taking another Armament Dragon is not the right play. And I do have quite a few expensive cards now. So maybe I do just go the Exhale. I do have a good number of dragons I might be able to behold. Is there anything else to be looking at? Not really. So I might take a second here to make up my mind. Yeah, I think I'm going to take that Exhale. I think I'm happy with the number of expensive creatures I have right now. And one of my previous games, I learned the lesson that you can have, there is such thing as too many good cards. Here I'll take the Earth Carver as just a potentially playable creature, but probably won't play it. None of these are really the right color. I guess I'll take another Resolve, but I don't think I'll be playing that. Oh, Goalkeeper has gone late, but I think it's either the Nurturer or the Outrider. I guess it's kind of like, where do I want to be on my mana curve? I've got a lot of 3 mana plays, so I think I'll just go the Outrider. I think I go Devotee here. I think I need more mana fixing, sadly. So I think they will be getting played. I think I've got enough playables, so I guess it doesn't really matter what I pick here. Again, doesn't really matter. That's actually surprisingly playable, but I don't really have any self-mill, so I'm unlikely to be able to play it. Because I think that card is really good if you can mill. Just the one mana as an extra card. It's basically like Snakeskin Veil, but not taking up a room in your hand. A room in your hand? A space in your hand? Why does it show that as like owned? Why is that glowing? Let me know why that's glowing in the comments. Okay, we have a lot of cards. So let us do the creature count. So, things I definitely want to be playing. Behemoth, Armament Dragon, Betor. I think the Botanist I definitely want to be playing. I think Sage of the Fang is a shoo-in. I think we can take that out. I'm kind of unsure about the Priest because of how much fixing we have, but if I play both Devotees, I think the Envoy is great. The Blood Flyers, the Formation Breaker. I think the Dusans are really good. Maybe I take out Merchant because the mana fixing is still not perfect. I think Nurture is good. I think Pamela is good. So how many... If I cut the rest, what would I be on? So that is 5 creatures I'm happy to cut here. I'm at 21, so cutting 5 would take me to 16, which would be pretty good. I'm gonna leave them for now. I'll make them the pile of maybes and then put the rest back. Alright, put them back in their mana curve respective positions. So let's have a look at creatures. I think... Oh, not creatures, sorry, at spells. Synchronized Charge is a must keep. I think Knockout Maneuver is excellent. I think Veil is still very good. Wait, did I say Veil? Exhale is good. I think I like the Snakeskin Veil. I think one copy of Negotiations is good. I think Dragon's Prey is pretty good, but maybe, well, we'll see. I think this card's not so good. I think this is a cut because I don't have that many menace creatures, and my one menace creature's on the maybe pile. I think Cruel Truths is interesting, but probably not where I want to be going. But I don't have that much card draw. Botanist does help a bit, and having some renew effects definitely helps. So I think I'll risk it. So I don't think I'll play that, and I don't think I'll play this. So how much removal do I have? Exhale, Knockout Maneuver. If I play Dragon's Prey, that's 3. Aggressive Negotiations is kind of 4. Women's Routine would help with the mana fixing. So maybe I play it. And then, yeah, I'll cut the Resolves. I'll cut the Truths. So if I then cut some of these, so where am I at? I'm going to put them back in their mana spots. Okay, so back in their positions with mana. And I feel like... Oh, it's kind of difficult to know. I want to cut some of these. So let's cut the ones I definitely don't want to play. I definitely don't want to play that. I definitely don't want to play that. And I definitely don't want to play that. So it's Reputable Merchant, Bell Deathgorger, and then out of these spells, probably like a Snakeskin Veil. It's probably the one I would be most interested in cutting. And I need to cut 3. So it's kind of 3 out of those. I think I'll cut the Deathgorger. Actually, I'll cut the Merchant for sure. I think the mana fixing is just not quite there for the Merchant. So then do I just cut both the Veils? I don't feel like that's what I want to do. But I also kind of want to keep the Deathgorger, I guess. No, I think I'm going to cut that and then cut one of these. Okay, I think that's it. Let's look at the mana. So in terms of fixing, I have 2 of these. I have 1 routine. And I have the Botanist that can dig me through mana a bit quicker. I have 1 tap land. So I probably want... I feel like I could run 2. And not be too sad about it. And then put this to 7. I think that's good. Okay, I'm excited. I really like this archetype. I really want to make it work. Actually, let me put the Betor. Okay, let's see if we can do it. I'm a little apprehensive about the mana, that's all. Okay, we got every color straight away, but we do have 2 very expensive cards. So I'm a little worried. And I don't have any sort of removal to keep me going. So it's very risky. But I do have a lot of cheap creatures I might draw. So I might just pray I draw them. I mean, yeah, I just have nothing to do early. I need a 2 or a 3 cost, really. Let's risk it. This is the first game. What could go wrong? If I draw a Traveling Botanist, that would be best in slot. But I will take any 2 or 3 cost, I think. Okay. That's not cheap. That's not cheap enough. I don't like it. So we've got 2 4 costs to play, 6 cost, and 8 cost. Okay, we got our bosses. We got something to do on this turn. That's good. That's very good. I just wanted something. Also gives us a chance to, or two chances to hit a land on the next draw, which is what we really need here. The problem with synchronized charge and botanist is it doesn't make it tap. Okay, perfect. So I'm happy to attack with the botanist. Do I want to put that in the graveyard? No. I want removal. I have no removal at the moment. Okay, nice. And then I think we go Pamela before Envoy. I'd quite like that on Envoy to draw me a card. So I think we'll do that. And then we've got potentially Envoy next turn, maybe charge, maybe Dragon's Prey, we'll see. They are Mardu, so weathering the storm is going to be the aim of the game. When they've got 3 colors though, I feel like they have a bigger spike around like 5 and 6 mana when they're playing their go wide payoffs. Whereas when it's 2 colors, I think there's a bit more room to maneuver. So they might double block the botanist, but I think that's okay. That is an instant, so I can mess them up if they do that. Do I just attack with the botanist or do I go with the pummel as well? I think I just attack with the botanist. I want to keep that. Next. I think if they double block, I'll removal. Quite like keeping the botanist to try get me to the mana. It is a bit risky to removal. Okay. Let's see what they got. -1/+1. Interesting. I could just kill it. I think I'll do that. It keeps my botanist alive. And it stops it getting the Desperate Measures draw card effect. They have something else. That's funny. Coordinated maneuver, okay. Botanist dies as well, but I'll trade it. So for next round might be Formation Breaker. And okay, so this is what I'm talking about. These are the like really annoying payoff cards that just feel like there's not much to do. Honestly, I think I just play this then. Yeah, I think so. No, I'm not drawing lands. No attacks. So they might start just making tokens and attacking with them. Storm Singer. Oh, this is gonna hurt. They've got some removal, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, happy to kill that. What could they have with 1 red mana? Could be the deal 2 damage, but that's not a problem. Yeah, I think I'm happy. Okay. That's gonna drain me 2 more. Nice, we got something. I think we play that. No attacks. Can't be blocked, yeah. So I think I'll synchronize charge next round, both of them. I need 1 more mana for the dragon, which would be good if I could play it. Okay, they're running out of cards, which is at least something. Nice. Okay, I think I just do this. Distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among the creatures you control. Creatures you control with a counter on them gain vigilance and trample until end of turn. Okay. So I think we just do 2 on the breaker because it's unblockable damage. And they will both get vigilance and trample anyway. What about the way they can block? So if that would require both. Maybe I do just put it on the envoy. No, I put at least 1 there. Do I put both? I think I put both. Submit 1. Submit. Okay, all attack. They're gonna double block, but I'm super happy if they do that. Because they have to... I guess they could do everything except the Storm Singer. Okay, that's what they're doing. Okay, so I probably should have put... the... one of the counts on the envoy, but it's alright. The formation break is still going to stop them from attacking. It's really annoying having only 1 forest. You can play 1 thing per turn. This is interesting. I could make this just really big and hit every turn. Oh, that is a big chunk of damage to take. Well, I'm happy to just put all my eggs in one basket, so to speak. I think I want... So next turn, if they attack, they have 3, 4. So I want to just be prepared for that. So the Storm Singer is going to do... So if I put all 3 on this, that's not great. Maybe I do 2 on that and 1 on this. But then if they kill the Formation Breaker, I'm kind of in a bad spot. So... right now... I think I do 2 on this and 1 on this. So I could just do 7 damage, but that's not worth. So no attacks, and then next turn if they don't removal something, they lose. But if they do removal something, I probably lose. So it's just a removal test for them, really. Yeah, they do. That sucks. That's painful. So the dragon can block. They're only doing 8 damage, right? No, 10 damage. And then I could do... That's 5. Yeah, I can't really do enough next turn. I think I just have to block it. But what do I play next? I can play the Pummeler. Can't even. I think I mean, I have to block. I have to block something. Okay, I'm gonna block that. And then I'm down to 3. Okay. And we get 1 life back, that's kind of good. The botanist can kind of just be a nothing blocker. But it's gonna die, and that's gonna die. And that's gonna die. They're gonna do at least 3 damage. So if they find any way... Oh wait, no, I'm dead. I'm just dead. Oh, ow. Okay, now I'm very dead. GG's. I mean, that was close. I think it was just a bit of a removal diff. I definitely could have played it better as well. Also, not getting forest was kind of unlucky. I might see if I can adjust the number of forests in the deck. Also, I was taking a big risk keeping that starting hand. Probably was a mulligan. The behemoth's just going to be hard to play, and that's the reality of it. Okay, game 2. This is the game I never win. I have a 100% loss rate game 2 of drafts in the challenge so far. If you want to see my like stats, do click on the link in the description for the spreadsheet I'm using. The link should hopefully be working by the time you're seeing this. I hadn't done the like YouTube verification to put a link in the description yet, so it might not work, but hopefully it will. Wow, that's a lot of swamps. Do I really not have enough cheap creatures? I feel like I do, but I guess not. Okay. I'm pretty scared. Wow. I swear this always happens. Is this just the reality of the game? You're just gonna draw like 5 swamps sometimes. This happened in like every draft at least once, that I just have way too many. I think they have exhale, so I'm gonna go wide, I think. They were like mousing over it, which makes me worried. Knockout maneuver is definitely better if I have more, but yeah, I'll go wide. No, black, white. Oh, night away. Okay, so I can knockout maneuver that still. I think I will, but I don't have much else to do. And they are tapped out. There we go. Gives me a bit more life total as well. Okay, we have the same colors. Abs and the least played color combo. We got a mirror matchup. They might be all colors to be fair, but okay, it is Abzan. And I am still not there yet, so I can play the priest, which is actually probably what I want to do. And then I can make it a 4-3 and it would trade. Yeah, I like that a lot. I mean, maybe I just put it on here, because that's going to trade anyway. Let's see. Okay, they're willing. That was good that I didn't put the count on there then. I feel like me, not even that long ago, would have put it on the wrong thing there. Okay, so I can play the dragon. Which is quite nice. I could also just negotiations. I think I'll do that. Negotiations and Dragon's Prey. Let's put it on here. Oh, interesting. Maybe this is gonna exile it, yeah. They're tapped out, so they can't use that this turn. Dragon Sniper is annoying, but I don't really mind, I don't think. Maybe I do just get rid of that though. Like their most useful thing they have. Let's kill that. Let's attack with both. Okay, nice. So now I'm just praying they don't pick up removal. Okay, it's not removal, but they get another chance. Okay, merchant. Okay, 4-4. But Betor, okay, beginning of your end step, if the creature can draw a card. Okay, I'm definitely playing that. Let's carry on putting it on this. One attacker. Okay. Nice. Okay, so 20 or greater, I'll untap every creature you control. 40 or greater, they lose their half their health. Wow, that's such a fun card. So I can play this next turn. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna play. Okay, and they've still got this, so it can become indestructible. And flying. So I don't want to really test that. Play this in case I pick up Crater Hoof. And then play this. And we want that to be at least a 6/6. Actually, we need it to be... We need that with all the counters, because that's going to be +1. And indestructible. So it's going to be 7. So I need that to be 8 to not die. So I can... But I can... Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Okay, let's submit 1. And then let's put this somewhere else. Let's put this on the Armament Dragon, I think. Because if they have removal, they'll definitely get rid of Betor. So then let's do that. I guess I should have maybe put it on there as well, actually. Just because it's guaranteed gonna... oh, perfect. Wait, this is going to be such a fun turn next turn. If I get to do it. I really hope they don't just surrender. Please let me have fun. They're gonna surrender when I put it down though. They're boring. This was what I dreamed of. This is perfect. Ah, they surrendered. That would have been so fun if I got to play that though. Nice. A win with basically played all of the bombs, the good cards. And that is the first time I've won game 2 of a draft. Let it be known, it is possible. I have done it, I've broken the curse. I'm still not sure if I'm using the word bombs correctly. It's such a random word, I don't know where it comes from. I should probably do my research as a drafter now, but it's such a... I don't know whether there's like an official list. These are the bombs this set, and I should not be accidentally describing something that isn't a bomb. But to me, it's just like the win condition cards, almost like the cards that can solo win a game without being particularly specific scenarios. But maybe it's just that's the wrong way of defining it. Maybe it's more just like really, just like the highest priority in a draft. The sort of pack one, pick one, pick every time. But I think it's safe to say that Betor is a bomb. I don't know if it's fair to say. Okay, we finally drew some cheaper creatures, so that's good. Lots of 3-mana plays. Still haven't seen a devotee this whole time, if I'm not mistaken. Which is funny. Beating effigy, okay. So that means I should probably play Sage of the Fang on turn 3. Okay, we go again. Do they have another one? No. Pay the tax. Okay. We have a 3/3 on the board. And hopefully I can... Yeah, I'm happy to remove all that next turn. There's a bit of damage. Oh, bottomless though. What do I do? Probably just Dragon's Prey it. I feel like it's worth, and then not attack. It's interesting. Yeah, I feel like I don't have something great to do this turn, do I? Yeah, let's just do that. It's gonna save me a bunch of damage. No attacks. They probably have a bunch of flurry cards, I'm guessing. No, shock brigade. Okay, that's good. No attacks that turn. It feels good. I'm glad I didn't play botanist last time, because now I can play it out a little bit slower. I think I play a Dusan next. Just get my creature count going. Don't think Shock Brigade is worthy of removal, at least yet. Now, do I attack? I think not. Because I want... If they play the Fleeting Effigy, that can go into the Botanist. I guess that can go into... That can't be into Dusan, actually, yeah. No attacks. I think we win this if it goes late. Because I think they are just white-red. But if we see some black mana come out, then it might be a bit different. I think they have removal. They were having a look at my Sage of the Fang. But the good thing about having Dusan's and Sage of the Fang, as long as it's not an exile, feels pretty good. Okay, they're gonna start drawing cards. They might. No. No attacks. So I could just kill that. Kind of feels worth it. Deals damage equal to its power to target creature and opponent controls. Is that worth it? Then it costs them... Yeah, I think it's worth it. And then we play this. And I think we attack with everything. I guess they can Fleeting Effigy, so maybe I don't do the Sage of the Fang. We just do those two. Oh, that's interesting. I could discard it for the Renew, but it's quite a good card. I think I'm gonna keep it. I mean, I can play the Renew next turn though. Maybe I do discard it. Okay, we're in a pretty good spot now, I think. Okay, that's a reach creature. Oh, interesting. Then they can play the Fleeting Effigy. I think I'm happy taking the damage. Ooh, routine. So I can... I think I want to pummel the Botanist so that it can definitely hit and it won't die as well. We'll attack with those two and this, I guess. Do I want to attack with that? I mean, if I attack with that and they don't block, they take so much damage. Yeah, reveal. Okay, they take a lot from that. So I guess the pressure's on them to try win this turn. They can equip this, but I will just Sage of the Fang chump block, so it's interesting. Maybe they have another haste creature. I mean, if they can't win, they can't attack, which is what's good about this spot. And 13 damage is not a small amount. They need at least one more creature. Otherwise, the Sage gets through. They either need a creature or removal. Okay. So in theory, this should just be a kill. So that's... attack. They might have a combat trick. Okay. Nope. That worked out nicely. That was kind of the opposite of the last win, where last win was like all the expensive cards pulling their weight, and this time it was all the cheap cards sort of pulling their weight. Pretty happy with that. 2 wins, and we ranked up. Not that it matters because it's not like a barrier that you can't derank below, but still nice. And also the good thing about 2 wins at this elo, or yeah, this elo, is that it means you've gained, because you get 2 points for a win and 1 point for a loss. So 2 wins means you at minimum get 1. This is good. This is kind of exactly the sort of hand I want. Some cheap stuff. And the behemoth gives us a win condition at least. If I draw a dragon, could be nice. Oh, devotee. The patented scary start, I think. My opinion. I'll play this. We've got some cheap stuff to do next turn, which is good. Okay, tap land is nice. Nice! They didn't have anything to do. So honestly, I think I'll just... Do I just save everything, or do I attack with the devotee and see if they block with their devotee? I think I want to do that. The fact that the fact they have a tap land makes me think they might be 3 colors, and then if they're 3 colors, getting rid of the devotee feels pretty good. So let's just play out that. Let's attack with that. Next. Okay. So I've got exhale and I've got snake skin. I'll probably exhale whatever they put down. I want to use at least one. Okay. Yeah, definitely exhaling that. Does give them a very OP renew, but what can you do? That's gonna happen regardless, I think. Okay, I think I just play the pummeler this turn. Do I keep back the devotee? Yeah, maybe I do. Flying, death touch, lifelink. That is very scary. They're not going to play that next turn, I don't think. If they do, it's not bad. I think I'll go no attacks. I'm building up for the behemoth. Having Roma's routine was a pretty good draw. Question is, do I fetch a forest so I can definitely play this, or do I fetch a... Oh yeah, no, I guess with the devotee it doesn't matter so much. Wow, they didn't play anything. What could they have? They could have an offenser. They actually can have an offenser. I don't know if you've watched all my videos. There was a period where I thought an offenser was a 2 cost. But she is 3 cost, and they can definitely have that. I think I want a Roma's routine, since they're not putting up the pace. I think I take a plains. And then, do I just Roma's routine again? I think I do. And this time we take a forest. Okay. So, this does give them a chance, but I think it's worth it for how much it advanced me towards being able to play all my stuff. Ooh, big dragon that can get the counters. It's a good job I didn't use Snakeskin Veil before. Okay, Envoy is great, and I can play... Yeah, I think I'll just play Envoy. But do I want to draw a card? Because I could put the Snakeskin Veil on first. It's kind of interesting. Kind of do want to draw a card, but is it worth using Snakeskin Veil as just a counter? That feels kind of bad. Maybe I attack with the Pummeler. And if they defend... But am I worried that the Storm Root is gonna become too unbeatable afterwards? Yeah, I am. So I think I just play that Envoy without. No attacks. I'm just worried that if I attack with that, they just put the lifelink on this and start attacking for heal for 4. Kind of annoying. Doing some thinking. I've got some decisions to make. Okay. No attacks. Okay. Ooh, Formation Breaker's nice. I guess it's kind of good that that Envoy got some... Oh wait, no, I want... Why would it tap like that? Surely it knows I want Snakeskin Veil. Okay, that. And then this. Okay, and then this. That's why you tap it properly. Well done, Caleb, for realizing. I never realized that. Okay, if we attack with this, they might have a combat trick. I feel like they do. I mean, they surely do. Like, I don't see why they wouldn't have. But maybe this is good to actually get them to use it. They have so much mana up. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. If I hit Behemoth, I'm just plain sailing. I'm most worried about them just making their dragons too big, but... Okay. I can get rid of the ward. So... What do I want to do this with? I could do it on the breaker, and then it's harder to stop the breaker. There's a good chance they have something that gives it more health though, so if I do it on the Envoy, then they would need it to be +3 to make it survive. Maybe I do it on Dusan then. Yeah, I like Dusan. Yeah. Too live. Okay, nice. Okay, I guess we just attack with everything. What have they got? Okay. That's the least damage they could have blocked. Just barely. Barely keeps them in it. This is good, yeah. But I think they just got... Either they had a rubbish hand or... I'm trying to think what even in a, like, in a red... White-black deck, there's not that many expensive creatures that could have been stuck in your hand, I feel like. But there must have been, unless they were... But they had the Devotee the whole time, so if they did have red stuff, they could have played it. I have no idea. But we take those. And the... I feel like this is not really an Abzan deck, but it kind of is. This is a successful Abzan deck. 3 wins is my definition of success. So I am happy. It's a good day. 3 wins is a good day. Because also, 3 wins is good progress towards Mythic. Which is what this is all about. Because 3 wins is at least +3. And +3 every day would get me there. in like a month or something. But yeah, the other thing is that +3 now would be a +0 later, so it doesn't scale as well. Okay, I mean, we got 2 cost and we got tap land, which is quite nice. Happy to keep it. You can always make my blood flies really big. Not that I would really want to do that. Okay, perfect. 2 cost, 3 cost. And the 3 cost gives the 2 cost some counters. So the draw was very favourable. Another white-green deck, which basically says you're playing Abzan. But I never play people playing Abzan. What is happening? Oh ho ho! We have some big cards in the hand as well. Let's make this endure. Maybe 3 mana up. Is there any flash creatures to be worried about? Let's find out. Next turn I can synchronize charge. Wow, okay. Yeah. That's sad, I don't get to play my Betor. But they must have had them. I mean, what do people have in their hands? Is it just like 8 mana? Must be. Because they have all their colors. But no playable creatures. Well, that was completely free. I could have been playing the worst deck in the world and I would have won that. That's the other thing to remember, is that like there's so much variance in the strength of what your opponents are playing and how lucky they get, that like sometimes a 1-3 draft could have been good and you got, like, I think yesterday's draft is a good example of, I think that draft was decent. I don't think that was a 1-3 draft. I think I had a game where I got unlucky and then I got put against 2 insanely good decks, and that just happens. And then some days you're going to get a day like this where I'm against 2 games in a row where people are just not playing anything, and again, that doesn't matter what I'm playing, I'm gonna win that. Botanist in the opening hand feels really good. I think I love this card. I might maybe overrate it a little bit, but being able to just, it just makes the curve smoother, I guess. Just stops you getting flooded. Well, doesn't completely stop you getting flooded, but makes it harder for you to get flooded. It makes it easier. It's just like a, can be a draw card effect essentially if you have a lot of renew cards. So this is good. I am very happy. Okay, this looks like a aggro Jeskai deck if I've ever seen one. At least that stops them attacking with it. The fact that it has 3 health is crazy. So good. It's interesting, if they attack with all their mana up, how scared am I? I'm kind of scared. Okay, they don't have all their mana up, so that makes it a lot easier. Nice, we drew Betor. Okay, I think I played this, and we play... I mean, it doesn't really matter what I play. I could knock out maneuver. Yeah, I think that might be the play. And then at least I can attack with it. Do I want the venue? I think so. I think I'd rather the venue than play it next turn. Although it is a 4 cost, so maybe I do just keep it. I think I'm gonna keep it. Okay. Got some damage in. Nice. It's not super scary. They do have counterspell up. I don't think I can really play around it. I mean, if they counter the pummeler, that's fine. It just gives me a venue. Okay, no Happy to attack with that. Nice. That's huge. So we just need black. And there's loads of those, as was shown in the game where I drew like 20 swamps. They have removal, but they're not sure what to use it on, is what I'm getting from these hovers. So I just draw... I mean, maybe there's a... Okay, never mind. I was going to say there's a world where I attack with the Botanist and then see if I draw black land. Okay, lots of removal. Which means a lot of damage coming in. But they are running out of cards. This gives them one more card, but... That's not a scary card, at least. Okay. So I have 5, but everything costs 3, which sucks. I guess I play the Sage of the Fang once it matches up a little better. But as long as we survive, I'm feeling pretty good. I just need black mana and then I'll be so set. Okay, they definitely have removal. What would I rather get rid of, the Devotee or the Bearer? Probably the Bearer. They might just pump with that, although it's first strike, so it doesn't work. So, yeah, that was the right choice. Wow, they're not even playing the Devotee. Interesting. That's not, I have all, wait, I have 2 of those, right? 2? And I draw it? That is crazy. Okay, so I have 5, 6, so I can't play Sage of the Fang as well. That's alright. We just play this, I guess. They are building up some cards they can play. Are they gonna pump again? What they got? Kingguard. Okay, so the pump is gonna be a bit more annoying now. And again, the wrong colors. So annoying. What do I do? I mean, if I get Behemoth, that would be great. So I'm just gonna put that on Dusan, I think. No attacks. I think as long as I survive this turn, I'm feeling pretty good. Which I should be able to do. They can only pump once, which will be 4 damage. Let's see what they got. Oh, another one. Okay, at least it's a playable card. At this point, we take that. No attacks. At least they can still only pump once. They're at 7. And everything they can attack with can get blocked. Removal. Okay, all attacking. So they can get 1 damage in. I think I'm happy to leave the Kingguard. So what am I most wanting to keep alive? That. And then these can happily get sacrificed off, I think. Let's see. What have they got? We could have Frontline Rush, which would give them +4 and something. They could pump and have Death Begets Life, but that would only kill the Dusan. So I'm not too worried, but we will see if I should be more worried. Something you cast on me, maybe it's like a Exhale. Yeah, they're picking what to exhale, I think. odious exhale is my locked-in guess. Will I be right? To be fair, it's a hard choice. Because these two are renew, but this is the most important card. But these are the biggest cards, so like, what do you do? I'm hoping they don't pick the Battle Priest, because then I get a renew to do next turn. Jeskai Revelation. Wow, okay. That was about as bad as it could have been, but I got at least something, so what can I do? I can only play one of these black cards. So probably Betor's the best, right? Can I play Betor and Dusan? Yes, I can. So let's do that, let's do that. And that, and then I'm going to draw a card as well. So let's put it on Dusan so it can survive a little bit. No attacks. Draw a card. Okay, if I survive this turn, I think I win, but that's the if I survive this turn is the key word there. Jeskai Revelation was incredible for them there. There's a chance I should have just... No, because I can only use one of these, so it wouldn't have been that good. Wow. Okay, they drew all their really expensive cards at the end, which, I mean, that's exactly what you want. Okay, so I can Dragon Spray the Storm Shell, right? How much does it cost? Ward 2. And then I still have enough for... Oh no, I don't. But yes. I definitely want to get rid of it. Okay. Let's put it on here now. It actually can survive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it can't. They can't double pump. No blocks. And turn. Draw a card. Nice. Finally. Finally, some more swamps. I hate being this low on health. So they can get 2 past. But that's probably going to be a King Guard, and so it's probably going to be like 5 damage at most, hopefully. Okay, all attacks are scary. So I definitely want to be blocking the bearers. In fact, am I more scared of the bearers or the prowess? Because they could have 2 spells. 2 spells would make this a 4. Whereas it would only make this a 3. So I think I'm more scared of that. And in fact, let's do that the other way around. Let's do that like that and that like that. And then let's do that like that, I think. So I'm expecting to take 5 damage. It's scary. If they have a +2, if they have a +2, I just lose. Ah, that's so sad if I lose. The go wide saving them. They missed it! Right? They, oh no, because it... Yeah, they missed Fatal. They actually missed Fatal. I think. Unless they already have it and they're just playing with me. So that does 6 damage, so Snakeskin Veil is kind of useless. Oh my gosh. If they have anything that does damage, I'd lose. We're alive, we're alive, we're alive. And I have 2 swamps, so I can aggressive negotiations and... So I definitely want to negotiations. Let's put it here. Let's exhale the bearer. No. Oh my gosh. I thought I was beholding. That was scary. Okay, and then I guess I play this because what else can I do? And that puts it on. Do I keep the Snakeskin Veil up in case they've got 2 bits of something that could removal too? I guess I keep the Snakeskin Veil up just in case. Just in case. I don't know what the problem would be, but okay. My turn. Oh, I gain life. That could save me. Okay, then we do Blood Flies, Formation Breaker. Actually, no, then at this point I do this, okay. But what if they can go super wide? I don't want to risk that. Maybe I do just Formation Breaker and keep up. Let's do Tarkir Pamela on the Formation Breaker. I'm not as worried about removal this time. Then let's... Do I start attacking? I'm being overly cautious, aren't I? If I keep 3 back, they would have to somehow remove all 3. So maybe I do just attack with this. Three life is so bad. There must be some direct source that do 3. Where's my Fortress King Guard? I want some lifelink, please. So next time they die if they don't kill me this time. That helps, but I think I can still go over their heads. That's 5, 6, 7. So I think this is dead. Okay, let me just think what they could have. So I attack with all. These are unblockable, that's unblockable. So that's 5, 10, 11, 12. And this does at least 2, 12, 13, 14. That's another one, 15. So we need to removal. If they removal one of the big ones, I can just use that. I mean, if it goes wrong though, the risk is quite high, but Bewildering Blizzard, they have enough for it? Yeah, they do. So maybe I just attack with the Formation Breaker. If I do Formation Breaker and Betor, then if they don't block, I win. Maybe I do Delta Bloodflies as well. So they have to block. Well, they have to play their thing. If they have Building Blizzard, that is. Nope. Oh my goodness, that was intense. I had fun that game. That was... My heart was pounding. Oh, I love Betor though. That's such a fun card. I love the, like, threshold thing. And it's fun to put counters on to try reach it. Oh. I did not think I was going to win that. There's so many times that if they just have something, they win. But that is very often how it goes in Magic. 5 wins! That's a huge success. And it's still not over. We still have 2 more chances. Let's see if we can get it across the finish line. Nice. We at least aren't going to be in a situation where I can't find black for the whole game. I think this is acceptable. No 2 cost is always a little sad, but I think that's gonna be the standard. It'd be nice if they didn't play anything. Okay, monuments at least not too pressure. Too much pressure. Yeah, there's the 2 cost, but it's a bit late. Fuji silent puts some pressure on them. Team of 20 back is my guess at what's going to be played this turn. Let's see. I'm doing that purely off the fact that they might have one of each colour and it would work well into the Tucson. Well, I guess it doesn't work that well into Tucson because it feels like a bit of a bad trade. I think trading's so interesting because what should I be thinking about when I'm like, is this a good or bad trade? Is it just the mana cost of the card? Is it the fact that, like, for example, if they have a 2-1 here, that feels like a really good trade, even if it's Sibsig Appraiser, which would be the same cost. It feels like a good trade because the combat power is just worse. Well, this would be a very fair trade. Do I just want to... I can just Roma's routine twice, which feels pretty good. I'm right in thinking that? Yeah, I'm going to do that. It's the boring route, but I think we're in for a slower game, so I'm more than happy. Oh, why can't I do this? Sorry, what? Oh, I don't have... Wait! Why did it tap like that? Me not paying attention to the tapping costs. That's so sad, actually. Okay, I'm very happy to block that. What they got? They got something. Darkness Resolve, okay. That's at least only temporary. So I can Pummeler, but that doesn't trade well. So the Devotee trades really well. Although I could no. I can do this and Dragon's Prey at the end of my turn. Or I could just knockout maneuver it. Is that instant? No, that's my only instant. That's also an instant. Yeah, I think I just leave it and try Dragon's Prey whatever they play. It's a little sketchy, but... because they might pop this, right? I want them to pop it, because that's a good... Let's go that. They're just doing that for the 3 damage and the renew effect, I guess. Okay, so we've got... I think I just Pummeler and then I have... do I Roma's routine as well, actually? Maybe I do. Let's get another green. It's a little sketchy because they might play something with haste, or they might, yeah, I don't know. I think it's good though. Okay. That's pretty good, at least I can match up pretty well into it. In fact, I could just kill it straight away, which I'm quite tempted to do, because then I can attack for big damage. So that would be... and then I could play my Nurture as well. Actually, I can't. Do I still want to do it? It's Ward 2. Yeah, I think so. While they're tapped out. Yeah. Sure. let's just attack. Keep the snakeskin veil up. I'm running out of cards a bit. Abzan Devotee helps a little. I can always have that back. But they have 3 cards as well. And I'm expecting some big dragons. Another one. That's alright. At least the matchup's still good. Until they remove it. But that's... yeah, that is what it is. That's why the snakeskin veil's there. If we hit one of our big creatures now, we can definitely play it. And we haven't found one yet, so... there's decent odds. Okay, it's a 6/6 now. So we can play that, and we can still play this. I can play... why would I do that? Just be normal auto tapper. It's really not that hard. I'll go big here. So I can... I think I keep this for the nurturer later. Question is, am I worried that they're gonna have another +1/+1? I think I am, so I'm gonna play that. The battle, and they still can't removal it, and if at the end of my turn there's if at the end of my turn they haven't made me use snakeskin, I can bring the devotee back, which is a nice little being a bit more mana efficient. And another dragon. It might be... what are they looking at? Interesting. So I can't keep it alive. I think I will. I think it's worth it. Okay, they got rid of a land anyway, so I don't need to. That's good, because I was worried that then they might put a +1 counter on this and I just end up in a really bad spot. Okay. It is another dragon. Pass. They're almost tapped out. They could have snakeskin veil as well, but that would be a even trade. Oh, they might have more removal. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Very much not what I wanted. Okay, we're in the hands of the shuffler. Let's hope they were smiling down on us. At least I'm like kind of holding them off with my Saga Pummeler. Okay. Let's see it. Okay, I should have probably immuned it, but I didn't realize that I was saying I'm not gonna do anything. It's fine, this will turn into the Pummeler. Okay. That's a big dragon. There's a big dragon for me, let's go. So I can... how much have I got? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can do the Armament Dragon and make it a 6/6, but I could just make that bigger. And then I definitely lose the nurture, which kind of sucks. I think I'll do that though. Okay. I think they might just attack with the Guardian. I'd love to keep the Nurture alive though to add counters to it, but maybe that's greedy. So if I just defend, I'm gonna take 7. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's a bit risky, but I think it's better. It gives me a way to keep my board more alive. You can tell me if that was a mistake. The stupid mistake counter might have just gone up by 1. Uh-oh. Wingblade Disciple, okay. Okay, I can play both of those, I think. Do I wanna... Yeah, I wanna play that first, so I can add some counters to it, probably. So let's definitely make this a... I could just put all of my eggs in one basket, but I probably shouldn't. I want it definitely to be able to kill this, even with some counters. So maybe I do 1 on there. 2 on here. That would make it a 5, 6. Because I'm expecting some more dragons, is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. No attacks. There's a world where they still have a spell to keep this safe, to be honest, and that's gonna suck, but... There's also, maybe I should just double block in case, but I don't really want to. Also, how clutch has the Pummeler been? Like, about single-handedly won this. Okay. Wait, what? Why is that tapped? Someone explain? Okay, bye-bye. Maybe I should have added a counter there just so it could survive that, but... Oh, they've got removal. No. Top or bottom? How many cards do I have left? 21. My odds of getting Betor is pretty low. Does it change much? Not really. But what can I draw that would? I've used Dragon Spray. I've used Knockout Maneuver. There is some more removal in there, but... Okay, I think I keep it. I think that's a good game though. Man, oh man. Yeah. It was just a matter of time before they drew some removal. It was just relying on them not doing it really. Oh, that sucks as well. Now that you're gonna have way more action than me. Did they draw a dragon? They drew removal? Really? No way. Good game. Okay. Close one. Pummeler did its best, but the Dragon's deck was too strong. I guess it was a stupid mistake not just trading off the character Guardian. I gave them too many turns to find an answer. Okay. We keep going. Potentially last game. But potentially not the last game. You never know. Okay, we got our God cards in hand. Is that enough of a reason to keep it, or is it... Wasn't this what happened in the first game and I said I should have mulliganed? Maybe I should just mulligan 5. But I just like knowing that I'm going to probably get to play them at least. I think I'm gonna risk it again. If I lose this from now on, I know if I have 2 5++, I'm gonna mulligan. That's what I'm learning from this. Oh my gosh. There's no way. Well, if I survive, I win, but... And they're not playing cards, so... That's a positive thing. That's crazy lucky that they also just don't have anything to play. I'm expecting something this turn. No! I just Rome's routine, that would be really funny. I think I play the Pamela though. Counter spell somehow? I might just have removal, but that's why I played this one. I don't mind if they removal it. Issue, fair enough. Still even trades. Overall. Sonic Shrieker, okay. Well, I think I'm happy to get rid of one of my expensive cards. Which one though is the question. Probably the Battle Priest. Okay, we got Dusan, that's nice. Is that or Envoy? Maybe go Envoy and then I can make it big with Pamela if I draw land. And also if they attack, then I'm like kind of trading. Kind of. This is what I'm talking about, the expensive 3-color Mardu decks. Like, they're not cheap, they just have different win cons. But I think they're also fun. Okay, expensive Pack Beast. But it does draw them a card, which is annoying. And it can trade with this, which is annoying. Okay, so I can Nurturer, but I would really like to use the Roma's routine, but I think I'd take too much damage if I do that. I'll just do this. Make it bigger. No attacks. Maybe I should have Roma's routine there, I'm not sure. Because it would get me to Betor next turn, which might be the difference maker actually. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. Should have just accepted the loss on that turn and then gone bigger the next turn. I mean, does indestructible mean... No, I still get the lifesteal, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a big mistake not playing the routine. Okay though, I get very lucky. I think it's just Betor, right? I get 10 and I get to draw a card. If they have removal, I'm screwed though, and they probably do. But I don't really have any other better options, so this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Wow, okay. Yeah. Oh, it's so annoying. Okay, at least it's worth the cost, so they have to spend something to do it. Whatever. Oh, kill me now. Can I even make it? Yeah, I can. I can do this. Oh, never mind. Oh my gosh. I can't win, right? It's over. The Armored Dragon's not enough because they can just sacrifice. That's a good game. Sucks to suck, am I right? There's no way of drawing a card either, is there? No. I'll let them play it out. Wow, War Effort plus. That's why they splashed the green. That's kind of a crazy strat. Ah! So close. It was that one mistake. But still really happy with this deck. The last few games were a bit painful, but overall, I am well pleased. That was very enjoyable. And definitely, I think in the ones I lost, those last two were super winnable. I just made mistakes, and that's okay. That's why we learn. Well, that's how we learn. So let's have another look at it. My pride and joy. So I think what cards performed exceptionally well? I think the Pummeler was amazing. Betor was amazing. Armored Dragon did its thing. The Battle Piece did really well in the time it did get played, but it maybe wasn't the best card to play. Was there anything I could have played that was maybe better? Maybe something cheaper with that wasn't on the splash. Maybe that Outrider or something. Maybe even just one of the 2 costs would have been alright. So maybe that was not the best. I think Envoy did pretty good. The Dusans were pretty impressive. The Nurture was great. The Botanist was great. I didn't really get to use this that much. I think the Snakeskin Veil was actually game changing. I liked it a lot. Sage of the Fang was pretty excellent. I never got to do the crazy tripling up on something, but Knockout Maneuver was really good. I really like that card actually. I think the Romer's routine was good. I just didn't know how to use it. That was the problem. The Aggressive Negotiations wasn't as good, but I think that's just because I didn't really draw it in my hand very much. I didn't really get the Behemoth either. That's a lie. I did, but I couldn't play it. So there was the one time I could have played it, they FF'd. I think Formation Breaker was really good. There was a couple of times. I think I didn't utilize. I kept having this in my hand with no cheap creatures, which was really unlucky. I think that could have really crushed. Devotee actually I rarely use. I don't think I use it once for fixing, but still gave me a card that I could use, and having some 2 mana was nice. Dragon's Prey was fine. I used it a couple times. Oh, I got rid of it. And then I think the Exile was actually pretty underwhelming as a 2 mana with only 2 dragons, but it did its thing. It was still useful just to have removal, and it's not like I had better removal in the sideboard, so I think that was still a very good, like, functioning deck. I think the main issues was honestly, like, I still felt like I had too many expensive cards, which is funny because I was going in feeling like I had a lot of 2 costs, but I don't think I did. Or if I did, I just rarely had them in my starting hand, which I guess was kind of unlucky. But it was alright. Most people also didn't have 2 drops, so we were chilling, and most of the time we just got to a 3 drop and was fine. So yeah, I liked it. I really love this archetype. I'm sure I will draft this a lot more if I see the angle. And yeah, there's something so fun about just making really big creatures and just sort of overpowering quite quickly in some games. Um, and I like just seeing the synergies. I think it's the funny thing is this would be like going wide. Like, well, okay, let me rephrase. There's in almost every set of synergies, there's two parts that you're balancing. With flowing, you need the cards that benefit from the flowing, but you also need the the cards that benefit from flowing and the cards that enable flowing. If you want the go wide, you need the cards that benefit from going wide, and you need the ones that enable going wide. If you want uh, the counters, you need the cards that provide the counters and the cards that maybe get some extra value from the counters. With graveyard, you know, you need the things that do the milling and the things that benefit from the milling. There's always these balancing acts in every type of deck, and that's part of the skill of drafting is knowing how much you need of each one. You want the deck to play well, and that's what drafting is all about. And I just feel like the counters deck is quite easy. It feels easier to do. I might be wrong. I might maybe the going wide is the easiest, but I think because there's so many commons like Dusan and Pamela that people pass on and give you the counters, and they're really solid cards on their own anyway. So people are passing up a lot of the cards because Abzan's unpopular, and there's a lot of these payoff cards that you can also get quite easily. And if you're bad and don't have enough payoff cards, it's fine because counters on their own feel pretty strong. Going wide on its own doesn't feel so strong because you have a bunch of 1/1 creatures and they play 1/4/5, and if you want to start attacking, you're losing one of your creatures every turn. It just feels pretty bad. And I don't know, like the milling thing, you know, if you just end up milling yourself out, it feels really bad. Or if you just mill all your good cards but have no way of bringing them back, that also feels terrible. And then vice versa, if you have things to bring stuff back but nothing in your graveyard, it also sucks. So basically what I'm saying is there's the fail case for not balancing your deck well with the counter deck is not so bad, and I think that just makes it more enjoyable because even the games that maybe you get a bit less lucky or your deck is not as good, it's still gonna be a blast to play. So that's my take. um I hope you enjoyed watching it as well, and I will see you in the next one.